gentlemen, introducing your host from the birthplace of extreme, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at, well, an average weight for a person of his size, Shondell Wilbur.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Bury the Booking Podcast, Wrestling Podcast. My name is Dell. Once again, that is Devin. How are we?
Hanging in there, man. Just trying to survive.
Yeah, look, trying to make it. Try to make it, man. This is, we're trying to make it, trying to push through, trying to get there. And that's what we're gonna do here, because the week that was in wrestling is just all about trying to get there. And speaking of which, I want to try to get there with AEW first. And let's just jump right into this shit. Speaking of trying to get there,
AEW, scroll down to AEW.
Yeah, AEW's trying to get to the Wembley show, trying to get the All In, trying to get to the biggest show of the year for them, Wembley Stadium. This as we record on a Sunday, Classic Sunday. It is next Sunday night, which is their All In event, and they're essentially going all in, if you think so, with this and with the card as it started taking shape this week, and a lot of predictable things with the matches that they had set and the matches that they have now signed for the All In show in Wembley. So we're going to do the preview show obviously next week, a couple hours prior to All In, and we'll go through the card, we'll do all that stuff, and we'll do our predictions. But this week with Dynamite and Collision, they had a lot of stuff that they were setting up for All In. So for that regard, Dynamite was a lot of promos. It was a lot of talking on Dynamite. It was just, it was a lot of talking. They were trying,
but nothing that added up to anything.
Nothing that really mattered and added up to anything. And there's the problem with this. It seems like, you have the Wembley show coming up next week, and it's like, oh, damn, well, we didn't do enough, or they didn't do good enough job selling these stories, or, having things happen on the show, that now we just got to cut a bunch of vignettes and promos leading up to the match. It's like we could have been writing better television and getting me more excited for these matches, as opposed to just giving me all these damn talking points I have to watch with these video cutbacks of stuff that's happened, as opposed to giving me more to sink my teeth into story-wise as to why I should care about these matches. Dynamite as a whole, like I said, didn't have much. How did you feel overall about the show of 1,000 promos?
The wrestling was good.
Yep. You ain't gonna get a bad one from AEW in that regard now.
Other than that, like the last two, well, I don't like Orange Cassidy, so
yeah, sure, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, Devin's not an Orange Cassidy guy for those for those new listeners, or returning listeners who don't know.
But it had I enjoyed the Mercedes Moné. I enjoyed the Bucks and the Acclaimed.
That was a good match. That was a really good match.
Yeah.
Acclaimed, actually, the Acclaimed were the MVPs of the weekend, because they had bangers on both Dynamite and Collision. Like, they were working this week.
Like I enjoyed what I watched, but I don't know if I
cared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know if you cared about it, which is fine.
So I don't have a problem with what went down on AEW. It was a good show.
Yeah.
But
matches were good. Too much. Like I just feel like we should have more. It should have been more storyline wise. You could drive home more confrontations with the participants as opposed to just giving me a video package. I mean, the matches that they wanted to sell, they sold. With Swerve and Bryan Danielson, obviously, with Danielson on Dynamite, with everything going on with Swerve wrestling Wheeler Yuta and trying to put Wheeler Yuta down and all this, and which was a very predictable thing. Once they signed the match with Yuta, it's like, all right, Swerve's gonna incapacitate Wheeler Yuta to the point where it's gonna trigger Danielson to come in, and then something's gonna happen there. So right now, Swerve's up. We still have one more Dynamite before we get there to the pay-per-view. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe this is when they'll do some other stuff. But then again, it's a couple of days before the show. Why haven't you been, doing stuff like this all along? But I mean, they've done a okay job selling the Danielson Swerve main event. A better job than they have for the rest of the card.
I wouldn't go as far as that this whole thing is flushed out and
no.
ready to move forward.
Right.
But I didn't watch this expecting anything great. I watched this just to watch wrestling.
Yeah. And which is good and bad. But you're leading into a huge stadium show. You're leading into Wembley, and you're selling this like it's the WrestleMania type show. You want it to be All In is the big event. This is your gigantic stadium event. You got Danielson finally winning the championship, finally winning the AEW title, and that's a gigantic deal. You also, you played up with the Tony Storm, Mariah May storyline. You gave that the heel turn for Mariah, for all roads leading to All In. You got MJF and Will Ospreay. Like, they got matches. Now you're gonna have a triple threat match for the tag titles and all that other stuff. So you're putting a lot in this show.
Very.
You're putting a whole lot into this show. Again, as always, Mercedes Moné and Britt Baker, must see match if you give any two shits about the women's division. But these matches are here for those reasons. Just wish I cared more.
Yeah, there's nothing to really strive for.
Yeah, I see the conflict here, but it's not great.
There's no impact. I don't feel the impact in any of these matches. Right. I'm just looking at them as though, hey, these are going to be good matches. Let's see what happens.
Right.
But other than that, I'm not sitting there like, this is a must see. No, it's not a must see. I'm a fan of your program.
Mm-hmm.
So
you put together some matches I do want to see happen.
Yeah. Other than that,
I just I wish I cared more about the road getting to these matches. I want to be like, oh my god, I can't wait to see this match, and I don't have any of that. I haven't had any of that in AEW in a very long time.
Yeah, there's just nothing super entertaining about the build up of the stories, what's going on. They're trying to do stuff here and there, but no.
Yeah, no. I mean, on paper, the card's good. On paper, the card's really, really good. And like I said, we'll get into the card itself and the predictions next week, but it's good. I just want. By the time I saw the third promo on Dynamite, I'm like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys clearly have a problem here because we're not telling the stories in the ring. We're not doing good TV. We don't have good storylines. We're just sitting somebody in front of a camera and recording them telling us why they don't like that person.
Yeah, Oh my goodness. How can I put this? There's nothing that I'm excited for. And I think that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm excited to see the wrestling matches, but like I don't really care about the conflict. Like I have no emotional ties to these conflicts. Like I get why I should if the stories were good. I know why I should care. I just don't care.
Yeah, don't care at all.
Like, you know, and then that's a
and that's bad because it's like I'm watching these shows. Like I'm watching AEW. I'm seeing, you know, people who should be doing bigger and better things, awesome work, and then I don't see it. You know what I mean? I don't see them getting the chance that they need to. I know I've seen the fact that AEW is out here getting, I guess, local talent.
Yeah, I mean, which is fine, but we're doing a lot more of that right now at a time where we should be putting more TV time towards selling us some stories for some matches coming up.
Yeah, there's not too much of that going on.
It's like that's cool, but you have a pay-per-view in like a couple days. Shouldn't I be seeing something? You know, shouldn't I be seeing more? Like I need to see Jack Perry and Darby Allin beat the hell out of each other. I don't need to see Jack Perry beat the hell out of someone and then spray paint his face and send a message to Darby Allin. I want to see Darby Allin and Jack Perry get into something. Don't give us a lot because obviously, you know, you want us to pay for a pay-per-view to see the match, but give us something other than this. Yeah.
I'm thinking they need to do a hell of a lot more than. How can I put this? Well, there's nothing they can do. It's too late. Like we're sitting here talking about, trying to change shit when.
Yeah, their next couple shows are just a couple days away from All In. You ain't moving the needle right now to get any more buys. Like you may get a couple more buys depending on what you do on Dynamite and what you do on Collision, but for the most part, no. It's set in stone. The people who are going to take a look at this show are going to take a look at the show, and the people who don't care and have never cared, you've given them nothing to work with in terms of trying to swing their vote. So,
and I'm okay with that.
They shouldn't be.
I'm okay with that.
They shouldn't be. And I feel like they are okay with this, but they shouldn't be.
I'm 100% cool with, you know, these match timeouts.
Yeah.
But that's all predictable. Like I saw that, you know, come on, when Christian Cage was doing this thing, I already know what's going on. I know what y'all trying to do.
Right.
Like I'm not stupid. And y'all should stop thinking the fans are stupid too, taking the easy way out.
Yeah. As soon as they said as soon as with the FTR and Acclaim match, as soon as it was like, 5 minutes remaining, I'm like, yeah, you guys are doing the draw, so y'all can just have both teams at Wembley instead of just say, you know, I mean, the match was great. Don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed the match, but we all knew this was gonna lead to. First of all, it's the Wembley show. You're not gonna have two of your hottest tag teams not. You're not gonna have one of them not at the show. You're not gonna not have FTR in a match. You're not gonna not have the Acclaimed in a match at Wembley. So the best way is to do the predictable thing and have a draw and just say, hey, well, both teams, you know, remember that match we just said that was, you know, winner was gonna get. Forget all that. Let's just put both of them in the match anyway.
Yeah, y'all could just came out and said that shit from the beginning.
Yeah, we knew we were getting there anyway. Just do that. Actually, when the Acclaimed and the Young Bucks had their match on Dynamite and FTR got involved, just make the match like that.
Yeah.
Just make the match then. FTR cost them. They clearly, have want say and want stakes for being the tag team champions. Throw them in the match. Whatever. It's a big show. You're a big tag team. Throw them in there.
Easy.
We didn't need all this other stuff.
Easy.
I don't know. Besides that, was there anything else in AEW that made you, had you? Oh, Dustin Rhodes is collecting championships now all of a sudden in Ring of Honor.
Yeah, cut that out.
I don't hate Dustin, but yeah, but
Neither
what are we
do
doing? But what are we doing?
I just making shit up as you go.
Like, now all of a sudden he's a double champion. It's out the blue.
The little video movie from Timeless Tony Storm was entertaining.
That was cool. So yeah, and I mean, I think that's the only match I think I kind of sort of feel anything in terms of the build for, because of the heel turn, because of how they had, how they took time for the relationship build for Tony and Mariah and all this, and then the heel turn thing. So that, albeit predictable, it was a good story, and it is a good story. And each week they're doing something with that, whether it's Tony, acting like she's somebody else and having a disguise and coming out and attacking Mariah or something like that. Like more of that type stuff. You could be doing that, not that exact thing, but you could be doing more of that stuff for other people instead of, I'm talking at this person or I'm talking at that person. I'm just going to sit here in a dark place and record a video and talk bad about you, because that's what everything else was about this.
We're not getting it. I don't think we're going to get anything spectacular. I don't.
No, and then, I there's some hope amongst people that, okay, this is a big show. After we end this show and then we essentially try to hit the reset button for the fallout of All In, going to All Out, and maybe something new happens, maybe a shakeup happens, maybe there's some free agents on the market. Bobby Lashley's a free agent right now. I mean, we got some. Also, AEW is also potentially losing people as well with the rumors of with the contract expiring of the Lucha Brothers, that Penta and Ray are going over to WWE. I mean, what a loss that would be. That would be a huge loss for AEW. I mean, AEW hasn't really been doing anything with the Lucha Brothers lately, so whatever. But maybe
let them go. They already stole Ricochet. Got him masking around his hologram.
There's no tattoos. Ricochet's all tatted up.
Nah.
You still don't believe it?
Not at all.
What are they? Henna? They call them henna tattoos, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's all henna tattooed up.
That's all it was.
It's just he washes it off and becomes hologram.
Body paint. That's what my man wearing. Body paint. That's what it is.
Very, very strategically placed body paint.
Mm-hmm.
But
yes, sir.
I mean, dude, I don't know, man. It's tiring. Like we say, it's the same thing every week.
Yeah.
And especially like heading to a show this big. Like it was just promo after promo after promo. Like we could just, something else could happen. Please.
No.
But we'll do the
But here's the thing, AWE, it wasn't all just AWE. Like WWE ain't had shit doing either.
Yeah, and I was just about to say, we'll dive again into AEW next week when we do our preview. But yeah, now it's time to jump over to WWE, and it was although the product's still hot, the same stories that you watch the show for are the same stories you watch the show for. I'm not saying that they're losing steam or they're boring or anything, but it's just there wasn't anything else other than those things happening. Like on Raw, you turn on Raw, you're gonna get the Judgment Day stuff. You're gonna get you're gonna get all of that. And SmackDown obviously is sewn up by the Bloodline storyline. And I mean, Raw, WWE has a little bit more things going on than AEW because they actually have. You can see stories progressing. You don't have to just watch a video.
But are these stories that interesting?
Now there lies the question. What were your standouts, or what were your mehs about Monday Night Raw first? Let's try that.
I'm having issue. I'm all right. I get the whole Rhea Liv Priest BS. Cool. I understand the creeds against Alpha Academy, but why the little chick had to turn on, what's her name? The Pitbull lady?
Oh, Ivy Nile?
Ivy Nile had to turn on the girl for no reason. That is out of character. I didn't even like that. I'm sitting there like, yo, really?
I mean,
really? The Creed brothers I understand, but I thought you was better than that.
Yeah, you're supposed to be different.
I ain't mess with that.
You're supposed to be different, Ivy. How dare you?
Then you got, they did it too much. Now you got, what did Reed do?
With R-Truth.
R-Truth. You doing too much.
Yeah.
One time it was shocking. 2 times is overkill.
Yeah, I don't want this to be a thing where his gimmick is just coming out here and doing it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like you said, have it that shock value, but then do something else with him. Like make it, have that the platform of, oh damn, like he destroyed Seth Rollins. He can destroy people in matches also. It doesn't have to just be this stuff. I mean, him and The Miz was whatever, but
so I didn't, that kind of messed me up. I was like,
don't do that again. I don't want to see that type of thing happen again, because I don't, like you said, the more it happens, the more it loses its steam, it loses its shock value.
What else popped off on Raw? You had the whole Orton and Gunther. That could have been better. That could have been a lot better.
I mean, we're building to Gunther's first successful title defense against Randy, so it's kind of like, all right, well, here's this.
It was cool to see Braun Breaker, Sami Zayn do their thing. I knew Sammy wasn't winning that.
Yeah,
Sammy's time is over.
Yeah, it's
done with.
Yeah, it's done.
He gonna be on the back burner for a hot minute. Other than that, I can't see, like, Raw. It was cool, but it wasn't. If I was editing Raw, I'd have trimmed off like 45 minutes.
That's fair.
That's
fair. That's fair.
A lot of filler. I'm sick of Sheamus. I get it. You and Pete Dunne, y'all having a lover's quarrel.
Yeah, him and Pete have some problems.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see that Raw was as good as it could have been. But once again, like you're not gonna have quality episodes every week,
right?
This is not possible at all.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, you gave a lot of hot stuff, a lot of things happened, a lot of shot. All right, now it's calming down. Hopefully this the calm before another storm. Yeah.
Maybe we're leveling out right now, and trying to build more things till we get to Survivor Series is in November, so that's a little ways away. But
yeah.
I mean, of course, we're building to the overseas show, so we're trying to get stuff in place for that right now. But yeah, man. I mean, all in all, Monday Night Raw was an episode of Monday Night Raw. Was it a bad episode? No, but it was an episode that it's an episode I come to expect from WWE now because the product's good. So it's like, all right, it's kind of bad. Like we're getting spoiled a little bit with with how good it's been.
Yeah.
And again, like we talked about with SmackDown, SmackDown is bloodline. We sprinkle in a little bit of Cody and Kevin Owens and that stuff going on in there, but you know,
the blood. Come on, we moving. We got him back out here. Let's jump onto the whole bloodline thing. You got him back out here. First off, this is the most I've seen Roman Reigns in like a year.
Right.
You know, I get it. You out here, you doing things. Let's kick this up a notch. Like, you're not even having a conversation with these boys. You coming out there trying to throw hands. Now look at you. Now you got beat up.
Yeah, I predicted it was going to get beat up until either Jimmy comes back, or you know, Jimmy and Jay, or
no, you did that with Cody.
Mm-hmm.
You did that beating up Cody all the time until he won. No, I don't need to see this. If you want Roman Reigns to be the big dog, you should be putting down bodies.
Okay.
And he not doing it. You got beat up. Get whoever you getting, put it together. Why? Where's Paul Heyman? Why ain't he out there recruiting people for help or things like that? Like what's going on?
Maybe Paul's talking to Jay, trying to get Jay to you know.
They need to do something. I am so.
Did they mention? Speaking of this, because I'm thinking. Did I overhear? I know Randy Orton said his home is on Raw now, right?
Yeah.
So there was a trade. Who gives a shit? But I'm like, logically, there had to have been a trade then, because how do you just move Randy Orton over to Raw when he was on SmackDown? Like, how is that just all of a sudden he's just on there now? Like, again, the brand thing makes no, like, and it never did. They never respect the boundaries of this whole brand thing. So that's why I never take it seriously to begin with.
Yeah, neither do I.
But logically speaking, shouldn't SmackDown get somebody now that they just gave up and was just okay with letting Randy Orton go to Raw? Like, for what?
So who can come to SmackDown?
Maybe it's Jey Uso.
But my thing is this. All right, so let's say the Usos and Roman team up. So you got 3.
Mm-hmm.
That still ain't enough. Now the Usos is decent wrestlers, so they could take on the Tongaloas.
Well, they could take on Tongaloa.
Where's the other one?
Tama Tonga?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tama Tonga was out there. Tongaloa's the one with the eye patch. The one that ain't been doing nothing for nobody. He just out there.
He's cleared to wrestle.
He's cleared to wrestle, but the ongoing gag online and with everything, and possibly even in WWE, because the way they've been moving with him doesn't give me the best vote of confidence, is that he is not very good. So, which is why,
oh man,
they don't do things with him. I mean, it's not new. These are things that, you know, of the tag team. Tama Tonga he's the workhorse here. Tongaloa, it always seems to botch things, so to speak.
And yeah, you can't have nobody like that.
Which is funny. I was like, you know, with the whole eye patch thing, I was like, wait, they're just gonna run with this eye patch thing so they can be like, oh, he's not cleared to wrestle. We're just gonna have Jacob and Tama tag team and not worry about Tongaloa. Like,
whatever.
Yeah, you know, whatever.
Whatever they want to do.
Yeah,
it is. At this point, it's whatever they want to do. Let's just get this moving. Let's get some more action going on.
Yeah, I mean, they're beating Roman up now. Jacob Fatu was out there with the boot, with the boot on, doing work still. But they're putting Roman through the table, and you knew this. Like, as soon as the giant world-stopping heel becomes a big baby face, And then he starts getting his ass kicked because they gotta fight from underneath. They gotta have insurmountable odds and all this other stuff. So, it wasn't just gonna be Roman go come out there, kick everybody's ass, and take the tribal chief moniker back, and we be done with it. No, it's gonna be some problems.
Yeah.
And right now we're in that. I feel like we're gonna burn that a little slow, and then maybe, like I said, maybe Jimmy comes back, and then maybe you don't see Jay for a while, and then Jay pops up and as a person in the trade, unless I don't know, because he's not really doing anything on Raw.
Yeah,
except for I think him and Sammy aren't supposed to have a tag match or something, tag title match. Other than that, what if they lose when they lose that, then what's Jay doing? Then what's Sammy doing?
Nothing. Sammy need to take a break.
Or you trade Randy Orton for two people, and you trade him for Sammy and Jay, and then both of them just come over. You take them as a tag team because they just tagged up. Like, oh, I'm gonna take the tag team of Sami Zayn and Jay Uso.
That'll work.
Yeah. I mean, whether or not they're thinking that way, but I mean, you'd be like, hey, they literally just tagged up. They're a tag team. Let's take this tag team for 2 for 1. Somebody as big as Randy Orton, we'll give you 2 wrestlers. That's the trade. Now,
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying to put logic there, but
I wouldn't.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
no.
And then we got the again predictable storyline with Kevin Owens and Cody. Kevin Owens doesn't want the shot, but he wants the shot. They're still trying to help each other out, mutual respect. Then KO looks at the belt a little too long. Now we got some problems.
He ain't getting the belt.
No, not at all. Not at all. Kevin Owens is not beating Cody Rhodes.
They're just trying to figure out what to do with Kevin Owens since he won't have Randy by him no more.
Right.
And how you gonna break up that mix? That was a good mix.
I actually enjoyed it. Like, I'm not usually a gigantic fan of them pairing 2 wrestlers up just willy-nilly. Even though WWE does that all the time. I'm not 100% down with it all the time, most of the time. But I actually liked Randy Orton and KO, RKO. I actually liked the RKO together. So that was it was over before it got started, really. But, yeah, I'm on. Well, I mean, you got LA Knight. No. Just no. Okay.
Who is he going against?
Santos Escobar.
Santos.
I enjoy Santos's work. I love Santos.
Yeah,
Escobar.
Santos is great.
Yeah, I love the promo.
But you're not giving it to.
He's not beating LA Knight. Under no circumstances is that happening.
So, what's the point?
Yeah.
If there's no, in my opinion, if there's no real.
Well, you gotta give him a threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta, even though the world knows that LA Knight's not losing, you gotta make people think that he's in trouble, which he ain't. But you gotta make people think you're in trouble. And I guess in the every week saga drama with Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, I'm enjoying the matches. I really enjoy the matches, but whatever.
Nay, I'm done with I've always been done with Carmelo Hayes.
I don't need another match, even though we're probably going to get one because they keep fighting. So, but they're going to do like a best of 7 series or something.
They got to put somebody in front of Carmelo, making relevant.
Yeah, I mean, I ultimately think Carmelo Hayes will win out. I think. But because I just don't know what they're doing with Andrade or what they're going to do with Andrade. Seems like they want to do something with him, but then I'm not sure. Like, I have no idea what they want to do. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, it was just kind of a slow week.
Yeah, and it's cool. Like I expected this to be.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, it's like I said, we got a little closer to finding out the final fleshed out card with All In. You know, we signed a ton of matches this week.
Mm-hmm.
We found out that, you know, with the Jack Perry coffin thing, like I said, beating up the local talent to further the story. Let's just.
I don't need that.
Now, why couldn't Darby Allin run out there and run Jack Perry off as he was doing this to this guy? You don't have to have physical confrontation. I just need to see something between you two. Like, where was Darby? What was he doing? Nothing. He could have came out there, yo, don't zip that dude up in a body bag after you spray painted him all in one side of his face. Don't do that. I'm going to chase you off.
Yeah.
No physical contact has to be made. I still want to see them fight each other. But Darby Allin is actively in the rivalry with Jack Perry. Like, it was, we could have did that.
Yeah.
No need not to. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's just, you know.
Wrestling is slow right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was a predictable week. The things that we thought we were going to see, we saw this week, and
yeah,
and that was pretty much it. You know, it's kind of paint by numbers. With, you know, we know we were going to see Bloodline stuff. We knew we were going to see Judgment Day stuff. We knew Braun Breaker was going to successfully defend the Intercontinental title. We knew this. Like, none of this stuff was surprising for us this week. So. That's why we ain't really got shit. Yeah, man.
And hopefully, well, no, we got the prediction next week.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, All In's going to deliver action wise. I don't have any doubts about that. Yeah, it's, you know, so, you know, for the most part, I think the card's predictable. For the most part,
yeah. For the
most part, I do believe we already know who we're picking when we do our preview show next week. But we'll do it any goddamn way. Look, that's gonna do it for us. We really got nothing.
Nothing.
We really got nothing. We had a day. We recorded 2 very successful podcasts prior to this one. So, you know, keep on the lookout for the I Can Do This All Day podcast. Shout out to those guys, as well as the Level Down podcast. Shout out to us. And yeah, you know, we're tired. So, you know, can we be tired sometimes, guys? Damn, like, what do you want from me? No, I'm joking.
It's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's, you know, and that and the slow week piled all in. And, you know,
it's bad slow week for wrestling.
Yeah, so, you know, there's that. You know, like I said, we get to talk about the free agent stuff, but we don't know all the particulars to talk about the free agent stuff. So we're not going to talk about the free agent.
Got an episode.
Right, exactly. We gave you something.
Oh,
man. It's like when you're older and somebody's bugging you for something. You're like, here, damn.
Yeah, just take it.
Yeah, like, damn. Yeah, like you. What you want? You want my last cracker? Here, damn, take it.
Wow.
But no, in all seriously, guys, thank you for listening to the Bury the Booking podcast. Please like, share, follow, subscribe for all that good stuff. We do have a themed show next week, so we got, you know, at least we know what we're getting into. We got All In next week. We're gonna do that festive, fun predictions and card rundown, match breakdown type stuff. And yeah, that's gonna go ahead and be it for us. We're gonna see you next time.
All right.